Not sure anyone has garnered more headlines at training camp than Malik Nabers. Just day after day, highlight reel play after highlight reel play at Giants camp. Most receptions in Giants history as a rookie last season with 109, and he is just getting started. We are happy to be joined now by Malik Nabers right here on CBS Sports HQ on behalf of Colgate Total. Malik, how would you characterize the level that you're playing at right now, even though it's not a game, but it is training camp?
I would say I'm just scratching the surface, getting right back out there with my teammates, and just been doing the right things to put my foot forward for me to have a very explosive season.
I don't know if you've heard from many Giants fans, but I've seen it all over social media, online. They're worried. Like, I think they're jokingly worried, but they're worried if it's you that's that good, or if they need to be concerned about the defensive backs that you've been going against, because you're making your teammates look silly.
I mean, I'm doing the right things at receiver to just get me open. I would say, when a receiver do the right things on his behalf, he's supposed to get open. So I think I've just been doing, the best job I can to get open and just been making, contested catches. I would say, there's times that, the DBs do a lot of great things and stop me, but sometimes it's not always that easy.
It's a new quarterback situation. We've seen you catch a few deep ones from Russell Wilson. How do you feel about that room right now with Russ, Jameis, and Jackson?
I would say that room has been, it's a lot of mixed personalities in there for sure. Adding, Jameis, adding Russell, and also adding Dart, and also having Tommy in there. So just having those, those two leaders, Jameis and, Russell, those ultimate leaders that we have been having in our locker room, that contagious, energy that they bring to practice. So having those guys in has been very effective to the locker room and very effective onto the offense, and to the whole team. So adding those guys in has been very effective to the team.
We know that Jameis has a unique personality. I'm not sure how far you go back with him. I got to imagine you've had some interesting encounters so far with him as your new teammate. What would you say stands out the most?
I'm sure everybody been seeing the Michael Jackson, that for sure. Just he's a very effective person that, like, I don't think people understand, just the energy that he brings, or just the slightly jokes that he do. Sometimes I don't know if he's really serious or sometimes he's joking, but he's remembering to, love the game of football. He always, shows that when he's out there on the field. He loves the game of football. He loves to be around. He's been helping the younger guys for sure, the rookies. He's also been helping me with a lot of great things to help to my game. So also having him in that locker room has been very effective. So I'm glad that we brought the right people in the organization, to bring those guys into the locker room, just to have a very effective, mindset to the team.
You were a rookie a year ago, no longer that, a second-year vet. You've been compared to Jamar Chase in the way that he came about in the NFL, in the way that you play the game. All of you LSU guys, I feel like, are compared to one another. How would you rank your top 3 LSU receivers?
I would rank my top 3 LSU receivers. I would put me as 1, Jamar at 2, Jets at 3.
Ooh, Justin Jefferson down at 3. Okay, I love the confidence. When looking at this year's wide receiver class, it's not getting the same fanfare that you guys got a year ago. I mean, that class a year ago was incredible with you included in there, and Brock Bowers as a pass catcher and a tight end setting records as well. How would you compare this year's class to your class?
I would say, this class that, has been, drafted this year, they got a lot of great guys in there. I've been, in college with those guys, competed with those guys. I watched those guys all through the season. They're very talented. But I would say, my group that I came in is unbelievable. Having Xavier Worthy, having Xavier Legette, having Brian Thomas, having me, Marvin Harrison, and a couple of those other guys that, that was in the back end. I know a lot of their names, Jermaine Burton, having those guys also. So, I would say my guys that I came in, it was anybody that was going to be able to get on the team and create big numbers. I'm happy that I was one of those guys, but it's going to be competition with those guys that I came in year after year, and I can't wait to go against those guys, this season coming up, and just completely try to dominate as possible.
Your Madden rating has gone up from your rookie year to now. I'm sure you've dissected them all. We've looked at the speed rating, and you're way up there. You're 96. If you can see the screen here, Xavier Worthy, the only 99, but guys like Brian Thomas Jr. ahead of you, and Lamar Jackson right with you. When you look at this list, how many of those guys do you think you could beat in a foot race?
Man, BT know what's up with that, man. They know what's up. They need to take the GPS. Me and BT used to go at it all the time in practice. That ain't too much smoke with me, but I'm happy just to be, included in those top guys on the game.
You're making these highlight reel plays in practice. You've made them in games as well. What's the one play that stands out as your favorite play of all time to this point?
In the NFL?
Either NFL, college, anywhere.
I'll probably say the Texas A&M game, last touchdown, my college career, 1 foot in. I had to turn my body in a crazy way. At first, I really didn't even know if I got my foot down at first. I don't know how my foot, was able to get down. I don't even remember me, just trying to put my foot down. My foot just went down. I don't know what took control of my body at the time, but I was in, and that was one of the best catches that I've made, in a long time. And I think that was just showing just a little bit of just my talent, and just showing how many crazy catches I can make. But that was probably one of my favorites. And the one from the Cleveland Browns that just turning in the air, that was a crazy one also too.
Must be the toothpaste. Tell us what you're doing with Colgate.
I'm working with Colgate, talking about the Colgate Total Active Prevention System. It comes with a toothbrush, comes with a mouthwash, comes with, toothpaste to prevent, oral problems such as cavities. So, I've been working with Colgate a long time, helping keep my, my dentals right, helping to keep this pretty smile I got, so just working with those guys has been very effective. I'm happy to be partnering with them today.
Malik, thank you so much for joining us here on HQ. Keep up the great work. Best of luck this season with the Giants.
Thank you. Definitely appreciate y'all.
Malik Nabers with us here on HQ as we hit the month mark until the season begins. And what does he have for an encore year 2? You saw he had same speed rating as Lamar Jackson there, 96 according to Madden. I think that he might be up in those speed numbers here into his second year in the NFL. We've got some Giants games on CBS this season. Our coverage starts on September the 7th.